everybody. It's Daniel here, and welcome to Emotional English, guys. So, today we're discussing another episode about the little mini story. Okay, I think we haven't been discussing enough the topic of finances, and I want to discuss the topic of scams. You know, this is a pretty popular problem nowadays. People scamming each other. So you can scam people to get some money. You can do even better scams and get the people's apartments or cars, right? So that's a pretty popular big problem. When people lie and steal, that's the way of scam. And I have created a little mini story for you guys. It's called the Sketchy Juice Scheme. But before I start reading this little mini story and before we'll start practicing this topic, I want to go through the focus vocabulary, what we've got here. And let's start from scratches, right? I have 5 focus vocab here. And the first word is sketchy. So what do you think is sketchy? Who is sketchy? And if you think about this word, sketchy is an adjective, and you can describe someone as sketchy when the person is a little bit weird looking and doing something a little bit in a strange way, you know? So, and this person kind of seeming dishonest, and he's kind of reliable. And no, not reliable, unreliable, guys. And of course, he looks suspicious. All these words are pretty the same as sketchy. You can say, look, this person is dishonest, or sketchy. This person I cannot trust because he's unreliable, or he looks sketchy. And you know what? His actions are pretty suspicious, pretty sketchy, isn't it? So that's the first vocab. You know, we can use an analogy here, like a secret map drawn on a napkin might lead to the treasure, or just a weird back alley, right? So it can be just a scam. People can say you many things in life. They can say that, look, I like your shoes, and these shoes are very beautiful, but they can say this with a special context. Maybe they want to get touch with you and have a better connection with you. So that's why they're complimenting you, because they have a sketchy plan. Okay, so something very, very suspicious or strange. That's what about sketchy. The next word what we will discuss is the scheme. Maybe you know what is a scheme. Can you remind me what is a scheme? Okay, if you don't remember, we can discuss that scheme is a very clever and very dishonest plan, okay? Scheme is a plan that connected with sketchy business. So if someone created a plan, a big one, and this plan is very manipulative, and the person want to steal or want to get something from you illegally, that's probably a scheme, okay? So scheme. And it's a noun, of course. We can use a little analogy here, like a squirrel's complicated plan to steal all the bird seeds, all the bird seeds, or nuts, So the squirrel's scheme was to steal the nuts from the neighborhood's kitchen. Right. So something like this. It's a scheme. It's a very, very bad plan that is probably illegal and with a very sketchy or suspicious actions inside. And the next vocab is about going to this scams, and when we follow the scam, we can say that we're fall for it. We can fall for something, right? So if someone tricking us, if someone lying to us, so we're falling for a lie, right? Or with somebody's trying to sell us very useless junk, so we're falling for it, and then we lose money, okay? So generally speaking, it's when you've been tricked or deceived by something or somebody. So you falling for the lie, scam, or pyramid scheme, right? So it's all the sketchy stuff, what we fall for. Another word is pretty beautiful. I've heard that word in America when I was there, and there was there was a lady on the reception, and she used this word a lot. It's word. The word is bogus, right? Bogus. And I thought that it's something bad to people, and it is pretty bad, but I didn't understand the whole context that day. But with more practicing of English, I realized that bogus is a pretty multi-usable word. You can use it as an adjective. For example, you can say, "Oh, this man, he's so bogus," right? What does it mean when the man is bogus? When the man is bogus, he is trying to look like that he's a nice guy, but in reality, it's all fake. For example, the guy is showing you that he's very, very brave, but in reality, he is very scared and he is kind of pussy. You can call him a bogus person because he shows what's not real or true. Okay, he's faking it, so you can call it bogus. Then you can describe objects like the sunglasses or the branded shirt. Let's imagine you've bought a shirt and you say, "Oh man, that's a bogus shirt. It's not real one." So somebody made a scheme on you, or you fall for the scam and you've bought a fake bogus product. Okay, so it looks cool, but it's fake. For example, bogus sunglasses they cannot actually block the sun, but they just look cool. Okay, so the functionality is bogus, but everything else is good. Okay, so the next word in my list is the word wised up. So what does it mean when someone wised up? For example, "Man, I wised up finally." It means that you're realizing the truth about the situation, right? Or you're realizing the truth about the scam or trick, right? For example, "I finally figuring out how a magic trick is done," right? I wised up. I know. Now I know how things works, right? So just be careful with scams, right? And avoid the pyramid schemes or scam schemes, right? Don't fall for it, right? So because many financial deals or offers, they're pretty bogus. Okay, so that was a little focus vocab, and I want to say a couple things about our discussion and about our podcast. If you want to support our podcast, you can go to Boosty and find Emotional English there. We have a community on Telegram. It's Emotional English. Just search for the community and join. And as for community, we have two groups there. There is a chat where we're just commenting and speaking, and there is a community with my updates and my news. So just follow both, I guess. Yeah. Okay, let's come back to our mini story. So we had discussed the focus vocabulary already, right? Now let's do the little reading here of a sketchy juice scheme. It's a very small, nice mini story with only 3 paragraphs here, but it has a beautiful moral, which I want to discuss with you guys. Okay, so let's begin. Beware of Bob, whose online deals always seemed a bit sketchy. So beware of Bob, guys. Beware of Bob. What does it mean, beware of Bob? It means be careful, guys. Be careful. Beware. Beware of Bob. Because his online deals always seemed a bit sketchy. Oh my goodness. Very sketchy. So very, very what? Very dishonest, unreliable, suspicious. That's all about sketchiness, right? So his latest scheme was selling super health juice that promised to make you fly. Many nearly fell for smooth talk, but his claims were totally bogus. Okay, let's go step by step now with these beautiful 2 sentences here. So Bob's latest scheme, latest plan of a scam was selling a super health juice. Okay, so that was a scheme. Okay, it was a fake product which was a total lie, right? So that product promised to make you fly. Okay, so you're kind of drinking the super juice and you can fly. Yeah, it's very hard to believe, but maybe some people did believe. Some people fall for it, right? Or felt for it. So just be careful with that juice, guys. So many nearly fell for the smooth talk or smooth talk, right? Smooth talk is a beautiful words, nice vibe. When the person is describing the product nicely, you can trust and you can fall for it, right? But people, they fell for this smooth talk, and probably they had bought this juice. Okay, so the guy, he was a total scammer, right? Scammer, it's a person who's scamming people, who creating the schemes to scam. Okay. And the Bob's claims were totally bogus. So it's all totally fake. The claims, it's like the proposals and some speeches, all of that was totally fake, bogus, not real. Okay. But there was a beautiful Mrs. Davis. Luckily, old Mrs. Davis wised up. She realized that, oh man, something was wrong there. And when she saw the juice was just the green water. Okay, so it was just the colored water, nothing else. It didn't give you any skill. It didn't give you any, like not possible, like anyway, it didn't give you anything. So didn't give you any extra bonuses while you're drinking this green water, right? Why Miss Davis wised up? What do you think? Maybe Miss Davis wised up because she's a pretty experienced person and she didn't fall for this scam, right? She didn't fall for this scheme, okay? So, and she warned everyone in the village, and Bob's sketchy scheme flopped. Another beautiful word. The scheme flopped. It means didn't work well. Okay, it was collapsed, right? Didn't work, flopped. Okay, so I will read this paragraph one more time for you guys. Luckily, old Mrs. Davis wised up, realized that all of this was a scam when she saw the juice was just a green water, and she warned everyone in the village, and Bob's sketchy scheme just flopped immediately. Okay. Why just the plan flopped, guys? Do you know why? Yes, because there was a person, Mrs. Davis, and this Miss Davis is just warned everyone. Warning, it means when you saying to people and you saying in advance that something is not right. By the way, do you know the difference between Miss and Mrs.? Miss and Mrs. So Miss is classically the lady who is still very young, and Mrs. is more old person. Okay, I've heard another definition for Mrs. is the lady with kids. Right? If the lady has kids, it means that this lady is Mrs. Puffs, Mrs. Davis. Right? So, or Miss Davis is if she's pretty young, you can call her Miss, like Mr. and Miss, and Mrs. is more with kids probably. I've heard both things. And that's all. That's the story, guys. That was the story about our sketchy juice scheme. And I would read this story fully now, and then I would read the moral of the story. I think you understood it already, but anyway, I want to read it again just to refresh it in our mind and touch the vocab again. So the story called The Sketchy Juice Scheme. Beware of Bob, whose online deals always seemed a bit sketchy. His latest scheme was selling super health juice that promised to make you fly. Many nearly fell for his smooth talk, but his claims were totally bogus. Luckily, old Mrs. Davis wised up when she saw the juice was just a green water. She warned everyone, and Bob's sketchy scheme flopped. That's the end of the story, guys. So thank you for your listening. And now let's discuss the moral. What do you think is the moral of the story? Yeah, let's discuss the moral. Probably the moral is about thinking thrice, not twice, not once, but thrice, three times, right? And we need always remember, right? The moral is we always need to remember if something seems too good to be true or sketchy, it's probably is. It's probably is. So think thrice. If something seems too good to be true or sketchy, it probably is very sketchy. It's a scheme. Don't easily fall for bogus claims. Do not. And you know what? Sometimes I hear beautiful marketing from people like, learn language by 2 weeks. You can learn English by 1 month, or you can learn English by 1 week. This is a pretty sketchy claims. I've heard of these, and maybe people follow this, and they not just follow, they fall for it totally because they want fast results. But you guys need to remember, there are no fast results. There is only hard work if you want to achieve and get something. Yes, there is a unique plan how to achieve goals. And maybe Emotional English has proposed and has made a claim that emotionality learning and emotional learning, or just learning with your emotionality, improves your quality of learning. You can memorize better by storytelling. So if I've told you the story about the Bob who was selling the super juice, right, health juice, and it was a scam, you can memorize the word scam much more effectively, right? That's not a scam, right? It's not a scheme. It's just a technique which I'm using. But when people promising you the results very quickly, probably they're just scammers, or they want your money, but they don't care about the result. They have zero accountability, zero accountability. And that's what we need to remember. Don't easily fall for bogus claims, guys. That's my idea for you. And that's all for today. So today we had learned 5 great focus vocab, and maybe even more. We got the 6 beautiful words. So we discussed with you what is sketchy business, right? What is sketchy? What is a scam in general? So how scammers try to make a scheme, the plan of these sketchy actions, right? And many people fall for this plan, and this is very dangerous for us. And we know that many things in life are bogus, right? They're not real. They're not true. They're fake. And some people say, look, the earth is flat, but it's a bogus claim. It's not very true, right? But who knows? I've never seen the earth. So, and another one is wised up. So when you wised up, you understand how the trick works, and you are pretty smart about it, right? But when something is flopped, what does it mean? Man, my business flopped, or man, the scheme flopped. So probably the flopping means destroyed and not working well, right? So flop means done, cannot work with this anymore. So when something is flopping, it means it's just going down and not working anymore. It's destroyed, right? And as always, guys, if you like our podcast, please subscribe. So give us some likes, follow our community group, right? And check the Boosty channel where you can support our podcast with some finances, right? We have 2 accounts there. 2 options how to support. We have the advanced subscriber and just the subscriber. It's only $1.99 for support monthly. If you guys are interested, just go there and we will be all happy together. I'll have more motivation to make this podcast for you guys, and you will get some satisfaction for help, right? We both good. Okay, thank you all, guys. It was Daniel here with you, and I'm kind of hugging you all. I'm just almost kissing you guys if you're a girl. So I see you next time very soon. Have a beautiful day. Have an amazing week with your English learning. And don't forget, speak English effortlessly, emotionally, full filled with energy, and of course, positively. And things gonna be Alrighty. Okay. See you later and have a beautiful day. Bye bye.